sort of, we'll go chronologically. So the lost finals, so back in 2013-14 season, so we made the European final and the Premiership final for the first time in the club's history that we'd had the opportunity to win the double. And back then they were done on consecutive weekends, so you went to the final 2 weeks of the year and you had the opportunity to make history. You know, the first English club in best part of 10 years to do the double, first time in our history we'd ever win the European Cup. Went down to Cardiff to what is now the Principality Stadium, and to be fair, we got well beaten by Toulon. So you take it on the chin. We still got an opportunity to come away with some silverware. We've got the Premiership final this week, so you dust yourselves off, go into Premiership final, and we lost to a try in the last minute of extra time, and it went to a TMO. So it's like a movie. It was ridiculous. So you go into the final 2 weeks of the year with the opportunity to win everything, and you go from there to then there in the space of 2 weeks. And what made it worse was that because it was the last game of the season, everyone was straight into off-seasons. All the international boys were straight on the summer tour. So we had to wait a month before we could all get together again and actually talk about what happened and go through it. And Mark McCall, using an analogy from the San Antonio Spurs, so NBA team, went through a very similar situation, got to a few finals, lost them. And actually what they did was, in many ways, nothing. So they didn't change personnel, they didn't change the way they played, they didn't change the culture. What they said was, actually, we believe that these things are going to get us to where we want to be, and actually we just have to keep backing it, keep doing these same things, keep believing in the culture, keep believing in the way we're trying to play and what we're trying to do. And they use an analogy, what we call now pounding the rock. So that was more in stonecutter hammering away on a rock until finally the rock breaks. However, the stonecutter knows it's not the final blow that's broken it, it's every little one that goes before. So pounding the rock now has just become commonplace at the club. So it's making sure that every day we're constantly upskilling ourselves on the basic fundamentals of what we do. We make sure we do our analysis, our nutrition, our gym work, and if we can do all those tiny little processes and we get all those little things layered up, then actually the big things, the end results, kind of almost take care of themselves. But if we forget those things and we look at the end result, then actually you fall at every hurdle along the way because you're not taking into account those tiny little things you need to get better and better.